I'm glad you didn't ask me. Would have been awkward to refuse, even though I didn't want a baby when we were together, and I don't want one now.
Fine, that's your choice, but that doesn't give you the right to dictate whether or not I have a child.
Robin, you're only doing this because I said we weren't ready to be parents. You're trying to prove me wrong.
Wow, you're so self-centered.
I'm being honest. The only reason we broke up is because I didn't want 2.5 kids, a white picket fence, and a minivan sitting in the driveway. I like my life. I really miss having you in it. But if you're waiting for me to one day wake up and be a family man, that's not who I am. That's not going to change. It's not a reason to have a baby.
Clearly, you don't think very highly of me.
That's where you're wrong. I've always thought of you as a beautiful, brilliant, talented woman who could do anything if she put her mind to it.
Yeah, except be a mother.
You know I never said that.
You didn't have to.
Robin, if this is about you really wanting a child, why are you so dead set on conceiving one with a stranger? Why don't you adopt a baby who really needs a mother?
There was a time when you cared about what I thought and how I felt. And ever since you came back from Turkey, things are different, we're different, and we're fighting all the time. And that doesn't make any sense to me because you almost died. So if anything, we should be closer than ever. We should be loving each other and we should be listening to each other. But instead, I stood there and told you how I felt and you completely ignored me. This is about a woman who wants you to be the father of her child and you know I can't stand her.
Carly, I turned Robin down for one reason.
Because you can't imagine having a child and not being a part of its life. That's what you said.
No, that's not it. The truth is, when I become a father, I want it to be with you.
What do you want?
I thought we could talk.
Unless you came by to tell me you're dropping the petition for emergency guardianship of Jake, we have nothing to discuss.
It's not what you think.
So you're not trying to take away my son?
He's our son. And no, I'm not.
Then why did you file the petition?
Because it was a negotiation tactic, and I wouldn't need it if you'd be reasonable.
Reasonable? God, you called threatening to take Jake away from me reasonable?
How is that any different from you being allowed to decide whenever I visit?
I told you you can see the boys whenever you want.
Why should you be the one to tell me when I see my son?
I'm glad you're here. There's something that I need to tell both of you.
I just got word that the judge has ruled on the petition.
He did.
And you decided you would come by and share the news with my client personally.
Actually, I came to see my client because I was told coming out of chambers that you were going to be here speaking to Elizabeth.
Without benefit of counsel. Any deal that your client came to strike with mine, we're not interested.
There is no deal.
Stop! Will somebody please just tell me what is going to happen to my little boy?
I hope you're hungry. I picked up some. Where's Lulu? You tell me.
One large pepperoni with extra cheese. Anything else?
No, that'll do it.
$15.
Thank you.
It's a big pie for a little girl.
Good metabolism, I guess. So where's Johnny?
You tell us.
I thought you guys were supposed to follow him wherever you guys go. Day off?
It's cute. Where is he?
Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you.
Guess we'll just have to make Johnny come to us. Take her to the car.
Crimson Point is filled with old homes, owned by people with even older money. Trevor and I spent a weekend there years ago.
What's the car?
Trevor never mentioned the name Zakara until recently.
What makes you think he lives there?
Trevor and I were walking along the riverbank, and we came upon this old, imposing home that went right up to the water, and there was a sun setting behind it, and I wanted to take a picture. Trevor warned me in a tone that he rarely used, that it was absolutely not permitted.
Did he say why?
It was all very mysterious, Sonny. It was even more so when we went inside. It turns out the home was owned by one of Trevor's clients, and the man was going through a rough time, and Trevor wanted to pay his respects. You know, he made it seem all very casual at the time, but now, in retrospect, it was actually quite deliberate, like everything Trevor does.
Did you meet the client?
No, Trevor took me in through the back, and he had me wait in the parlor. But it wasn't long before my curiosity got the better of me, and I started to wander the halls. I overheard someone telling Trevor that Mr. Z wasn't feeling well. Apparently, the man's wife had recently died, which is why Trevor wanted to pay his respects.
Did you hear anything else?
There was a question about how his wife actually died. I got the impression someone killed her.
On the next General Hospital.
You want us to have a baby?
They could have found Lulu.
Hello, hello.
Somebody there?
I need to meet with Zakar in person.
Watch weekdays on ABC, weeknights on SoapNet.